Hey, I'm Corwin, and today I'm going to try to fix the radio in the Cadillac. All the other work I've done so far has been great. My buddies came over last night, we took it for a cruise, took the Cadillac for a cruise around the neighborhood, and this morning there are no fluids on the ground. It ran great. It was really fun, actually. We had all the windows down, 5 of us in the car, just cruising around, so it was good, but the back speakers work fine. So here's the thing though. The radio, something is wrong with the wiring because it won't save presets, and the front speakers are super quiet. So what I'm guessing is 2 of the wires are backwards. So what I gotta do is pull the dash so that I can get to it from the top, and then we'll take a look and see how it's supposed to be wired up and how it's currently wired up. Okay, so here comes the fun part, trying to figure out all these wires. These speakers are so little, I don't think they're gonna make much noise anyway, but this is a mess, and there's really not a lot of room to work. So luckily it looks like these are labeled, but man, this is gonna be a pain. Okay, so if you don't have yourself a service manual and you're trying to work on an old car, you gotta get one. This is a full wiring schematic for the whole car, except for the body, because that was for Fisher. But regardless, all this stuff is dash. So literally it's all color-coded, and you can go through and just see what you're missing. I made a couple of notes just because it starts to get confusing, but basically, here's what I've determined. So the trick is that the radio that was originally in the car was just AM, FM. There was no such thing as a preset or anything like that. So there's not actually a constant 12-volt source coming straight from the battery to keep all the radio inputs saved. So there is an orange wire that used to run to the clock. The clock was removed, and he put a tack in its place, which makes a lot of sense, but I'm hoping that since that was a clock and it was analog, it would have gotten 12 volts constant. So I disconnected the battery since I have the doors open. I didn't want to run it down. I'm going to go ahead and plug the battery back in and put it on the charger and get the multimeter out and start poking around and see if that's got 12 volts all the time with the key on or off. And then from there, I think I'm just going to clean up some of this wiring as best I can and see if that at least solves one problem. It doesn't fix the speakers, but at least it's a starting point. Okay, so the key is off. So before there was no power going to the radio, so when you turn the key back on, okay, it's saved. Now at a store near you. It saved my preset, so that worked, which is good. Except look at this. You can probably hear it. I can feel these vibrating, but there's just no sound coming out of these things. I don't know what the hell. If I go in here, if I roll the fade all the way up to the front, what is the deal? It's so weird. If I can't steal a speaker from something else and just see if that's the problem. Okay, so it turns out these speakers that were in here just really suck. So I grabbed this guy out of something else, a bigger speaker I had, and it's way louder, way cleaner. The only problem is this isn't like, this is part of a big speaker that's split into different frequencies, so this is really just mid. It doesn't sound good on its own, so I'm gonna run up to Best Buy and see if I can't buy a 6x9 just regular component speaker that's supposed to slot in right there. So I'm gonna go see what they have. Hopefully it's not expensive. So sometimes, you know, working on this car can be kind of tough and things really don't go your way, and then sometimes they do. I went to Best Buy. They had one 6x9 speaker left, this one, and it was $140. And I was like, no, no. But this one, open box, it was $60. I was like, yeah, okay, I'll buy that. So I'm gonna put this in, and it should be perfect. So something went right. My God, I didn't even realize there was two of them. I only need one. Whatever. Okay, apparently all 6x9 speakers are not created equal. The reason why I went with this size is because I did some research, and this is the stock speaker size that's supposed to fit in here. I'm guessing, I don't know if you can see it, I'm guessing the speaker sat right here and the radio was a lot smaller, but now that the radio is large, there's nowhere for the speaker to go. So I'm just gonna keep messing with it and see if I can't find some spots. I'd love to run both. It just doesn't look like it's gonna be possible. I did a little trimming on the plastic. I was able to get this guy in here, and then just with some finagling, I got this guy in here too. So they both fit, which is great. I just have no idea how I'm gonna mount them. Like, obviously these holes in the speaker are for door panels, and there's not really any such thing here, so I'm just gonna have to keep poking around with it. I might just go ahead and hook up the speaker wires. I don't know what I'm gonna do, but they're in. This may sound like a bad idea, but I think I'm just gonna leave those speakers the way they are. I know that, like, I should probably mount them for better sound quality, but just coming from what it was to this, it's just already so much better, and there's honestly nowhere for them to go. Like, it is so tight behind this dash. Like, it's hard to see, but it actually curves away from you, and so it's like a funnel, and so the speakers are just kind of resting down in that valley, and I really don't think they're going to go anywhere, and they sound fantastic. So I'm going to do just a couple of other little checks just to make sure there's nothing else that I need to do while this dash is off. Like, I replaced a lot of the lights already, but I want to just double check I didn't miss any, because sometimes, I don't know, it is old, so I don't expect it to be like lit up, but I think it should be better than it is. So I'm gonna check that, excuse me, and then get everything back installed, and it should be good to go. Okay, pretty good. It sounds great, way better than it was. It's actually clearer. I think some of that stuff had a bad ground, and I was able to fix that too. And so now it's just onto the air conditioning, and this thing will be basically ready to just drive down the road whenever we want. So it's really exciting, it's really fun. Till next time.